What's going on, YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys yet again with another YouTube video. And as you guys saw in the title as well as my thumbnail, I had an ATM broken into. Now, before I get into this in depth, the type of location, what ended up actually happening, did they catch the guys that broke into the ATM? Was there cameras? What do you do in a situation like this? I'm gonna cover all of that inside this video, so make sure and stay to the very end. But if you guys are brand new, okay, or if you guys are watching this right now, make sure and smash the thumbs up button because it does help the YouTube algorithm, as well as come subscribe if you guys are brand new here as well. We are welcoming all new subscribers. Let's dive right into this video. I just got home from the gym. I get a text message of a picture, and that's what I'm experiencing. Boom, my ATM is completely trashed. My ATM is taken fully apart. Here's the best part. They did not get the cash. Okay, they did not get the cash. Now, I'm gonna cover with you guys the outside of this ATM, why it was outside, because it was an outside location. This location actually was a bar. This bar has a lot of lines. There's a lot of outdoors. There's a lot of tables that people can sit out because we do live in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. So people like to get a drink inside and go sit outside, or, you know, they might get a booth outside. So they have a lot of, it's a very large parking lot. It is kind of a Western themed vibe. So a bunch of cowboys, cowgirls end up actually going to this location. They hang out outside, drink their, you know, cups of beer or whatever the case is. And they use the ATM to pay for tips, to pay for the shots or the beers that they take, to ride the bull and do different things like that. So, you know, having an ATM outside is already a you know, red flag in the sense of, you know, you're just more inclined to attempt to get broken into. Again, because the ATM's outside, more people are going to be attracted to that rather than breaking into a particular location and trying to break into the ATM. Where this ATM was already easy access, it was already outside, therefore they try to get into it. Now, obviously, because it is outside, you just got to remember they're probably doing it at a time where there's not a lot of people that are driving by, let's just say. Again, depending on the location, depending on the time that these guys actually ended up breaking in. What's cool is I'm going to be able to make another video updating you guys if we caught them. Again, we're going back and forth right now with the business owner, with the location, with the you know, the police, as well as gathering as much information as we can to try to find whoever it is that did this. Now, the beautiful part is they did not actually take the cash. They didn't even get into the cash. So my guessing is that a car drove by, a car pulled into the parking lot, or something scattered them away from this ATM. So as you guys can see in the picture right here, this is them demolishing my ATM. This ATM, as you guys can see, the very top is completely taken off. They tried to get into it through the top, which honestly is not really the smartest thing at all. You can see they tore off the entire cover. They tore off the entire paper. Everything is everywhere. At least my Hercules unit is still there, which is a plus. The cords look still there. The antennas for the Wi-Fi boxes are still there, but essentially they beat the heck out of this thing to where there is, you know, there's no way that this ATM is even fixable. This ATM is going to be used as a safe. Obviously, the bottom's good, but the top is not. You guys might be asking, Austin, what do you do with an ATM like this? An ATM like this, you just paint the outside of it, use it as a safe. A lot of people buy an ATM, something happens to it. No, we did not have insurance on this ATM. I personally don't have insurance on any of my ATMs, and the reason being is because, you know, at the end of the day, if something happens to my ATM, which happens very rarely, okay? I have maybe had 4 or 5 ATMs now broken into over the course of 4 years. And like, I'm playing against all odds because I have a lot of ATMs, and I do a lot of ATM servicing and processing. So I have a lot of ATMs inside my portfolio. To see an ATM like this, for example, you know, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. The downside is we are going to be losing out on our $2,500. Again, I'm going to take the ATM safe and just use it as a regular safe. it's actually kind of cool. You can actually, tear off the stickers, maybe paint the ATM machine, put a nice wood grain on the top. You can make it a bar cart with the safe. Super cool. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. So there isn't always just bad when it comes to this particular ATM getting broken into, or getting ATMs broken into, in a sense. Again, it's not going to happen very often. I'm just going to say that because we do live in a world where there are a lot of cameras. There is really good detection services. A lot of people inside their ATMs actually have monitors. So when an ATM is getting broken into, or they have cameras, when there is an ATM getting broken into, they can call the police right away, and chances are the police are there in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and the people that are trying to get into the ATM, they're not even going to get the cash because they're going to be in handcuffs. Now, there are different circumstances, right? The beautiful part about this, okay, and what I want to tell every burglar that is going to be watching this video is the average ATM, when it's broken into, has right around $600 in it in cash. So my question for you would be, why wouldn't you just go to a garage sale, okay, pick up a couple of items and sell them on eBay and make $600 and not go to jail? Because the chances of you getting caught breaking into an ATM is a lot higher than going to a garage store, buying some things and reselling them on eBay, okay? Look at the people that made $600 buying and selling Xboxes, buying and selling PS5s. Guys, there's a lot better ways to make a lot more money, but the average ATM transaction or break-in, okay, they lose right around $700. I did get stats on this current ATM. This ATM had right around $480 in it. So they completely destroyed my $2,500 machine to try to get $480. Now, obviously, the cash inside the machine is insured because of the loaders that we have. We use vaulting companies, as you guys know or are familiar with, like companies like Loomis or companies like Brinks, or just larger ATM companies that just load machines. Large ATM companies that you guys might know that load machines, all of their cash is insured. So let's just say somebody, or some way or some shape or form, somebody did get into this ATM and take the $480. It is insured. There are things and steps and procedures that you do have to go through, just because you have to prove to the insurance company that your cash was stolen. You have to submit all of this paperwork. You have to submit video form if it has video, this, that, and the third. Our goal is to get the video recordings, and if you guys would like me to share that with you, then definitely drop in the comment section down below. I will literally make a first couple minute video of people breaking into the ATM machine in this ATM machine. I definitely don't think it was easy. Breaking off the top of any ATM machine is very difficult, considering it is metal, okay? I understand that some of the metal on this is pretty easy to get through depending on your resources, like having a jigsaw or something like that. But but the thing about that, guys, is a jigsaw is very loud. This is a location that's outside, so people are going to be like, what the heck is happening? Breaking into an ATM in general is extremely loud. I had an ATM inside California that was in a laundromat that actually got broken into. It was a 5-minute video of them trying to break into the ATM. They ended up getting into the ATM, but they got roughly $750, okay? They got $750 out of the ATM. So again, the likelihood of them getting caught, we did catch them on camera. We have literally a 5-minute links video of them breaking into the ATM. They got a greater workout than they got in 2020, just in that 5-minute time that they're trying to break into this ATM. Did we have insurance on the ATM? No, okay? We just are gonna move on. We're going to replace the ATM machine, and we'll probably replace it with a better ATM machine, honestly. This ATM machine was actually older, I should say. It was an older Hyosung. It needed to be replaced. It was extremely dirty. We'll probably replace it with a Force, a Gen Mega Force, and get a camera inside of that, just for the sake of, the camera detects motion activity happening to the ATM. We can immediately call 911 and such. So we'll probably upgrade the ATM personally, as well as thank gosh that they did not get the cash inside of it. Again, it was only $480 and it is insured, but still, that's not something that you want to see happen. I've had a lot of people Not a lot. I've had a couple of people inside, my sphere of influence and my connects and my friends that I've seen lose 5 grand, 10 grand, even some of them. So, that's never something that you want to see, and it is very unfortunate, but it does happen. But that's just a part about being in the ATM business, right? The reason I wanted to come to you guys to this video is not to share that I'm absolutely perfect. It's to show you guys, hey, like, this stuff can happen, and you just got to understand that getting into the ATM business. I don't want you to, be overpromised and underdelivered, and you install an ATM inside of an outside location. This location honestly probably makes us around $900 a month, and we get so excited about the $900 a month, and then all of a sudden this happens. Now we're out $2,500. Luckily, this ATM pays for that in 2.5 months, but you guys get the point. You guys understand that it's business. It just isn't, bread and butter. It's not always going to be simple. It's not always going to be easy. There is going to be repercussions that happen inside this business. So just be aware. Just be on the lookout. There's a lot of things you can do to prevent stuff like this happening. And number one is going to be not having an ATM outside, okay? And if you do have it outside, then make sure you have it in an enclosed cave. Make sure it is, really well protected. Here, we did not, okay? So that's obviously number one. Number two is having an ATM or making sure the businest has cameras. If the business doesn't have cameras, then you guys can very easily, hire somebody for $150 or $200, buy a Nest camera or something very similar to that on Amazon or anywhere. Connect it to your phone so that when something does happen, point it to your ATM so that when something does happen, you guys are going to have the footage of that rather than the business owner, okay? So I do know some businesses do not have cameras. If that's the case, then ask them if you can provide them with a camera that points at your ATM for anything that ever ends up happening. Just say you want to be safe, you want to cover their back just as much as you want to cover your back. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button on this video. If you guys would like me to share with you guys the video when I do get the video of these guys actually, or whoever it is, taking the ATM or trying to get into the ATM and breaking into the ATM, then make sure and drop in the comment section down below. If you guys are brand new here, make sure and come subscribe, as well as smash the thumbs up button one more time, because why not? Make sure it's blue. Austin Lewis here saying we'll see you guys in a future YouTube video.